Welcome to Bionet. This is Sheikh Altaf. Today we'll start the first year plant kingdoms. In plant kingdoms, the most important chapter is called Bryophyta. So today I will discuss about that Bryophyta. See that Bryophyta. Bio means moss. Bryo means moss, and phyta means plant. So Bryophyta it is also called as moss plant, and Bryophyta it is also called as the amphibious plant. Amphibian. What the meaning of amphibian? Amphibian means the plant can need land and water both. So during fertilization the plant needs water, and for growth and development need the land. So that's why Bryophyta is called amphibian plants. And here I will write some introduction parts for the introduction for bryophytes. So bryophytes are the first disease of bryophytes are phyta are the simple first land plant. Land means we can say terrestrial. So Bryophyta is first terrestrial plant, and it is also that non-vascular plants. Here the important point is it is non-vascular plants. They will ask the bit question in NEET examination. So Bryophytas are vascular plants or non-vascular plants. Then we can write the non-vascular plants. And afterwards, they never produce. What they never produce means flower and fruits. Flower and fruits are absent in bryophytes. So next we can discuss about that. So you know that evolutionary trait of this algae, after you can say fungi, it is non-green plant, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm and Angiosperms. So when it comes to the plant kingdoms, first start with algae, after it will become second, that is the Bryophyte, third will become to the Pteridophyta. So that's why the Bryophyte comes between the intermediate between. So between what? Algae and Pteridophyta. Here Pteridophyta, P remains silent. So Pteridophyta. Now see that the Pteridophyta and algae. That means here the Bryophyta is come between the algae and Pteridophyta. Next, we will discuss about that study of Bryophyta. Study of Bryophyta is called bryology. Study of bryophyte. Study of Bryophyta is called bryology. Bryology. So study of Bryophyta is called bryology, and next the term Bryophyta given by the term Bryophyta given by Robert Brown. So here Robert Brown means not W. Remember Braun. Brown. So Robert Brown give the term of Bryophyta. So Bryophyta the term given by Robert Brown, and the study of Bryophyta is called bryology, and father of bryology The father of bryology. Father of bryology is known as that H-E-D, Hedwig, W-I-G, Hedwig. Now this part, remember this, the Hedwig, he was father of bryology, and the term bryophyta given by Robert Brown, and the study of bryophyta is called bryology, and the bryophyta undergo between the algae and Pteridophyta, and bryophyta is called non-vascular plants and never produce flowers and fruits, and bryophyta are simple, first land or terrestrial plants, and the bryophyta is derived by the two words Greek word, that is moss and plant. That's why it is also called moss plant, and bryophyta is also called amphibian plants because they can grow in land but they need water for fertilizations. Yes. Now we will discuss about the characteristic feature of bryophytes. Characteristic. Characteristic feature of bryophytes. First of all, seeing bryophytes are mostly terrestrial, but some bryophytes also live in water. So here we can discuss about that. Most words should be there. Most of the bryophytes are terrestrial. So remember the bit question they will ask. The most of the bryophytes are terrestrial, but some are aquatic. Some are live in water. That's why it is called aquatic. So some bryophytes are in aquatic in nature. So mostly they are terrestrial, but some are aquatic. Next to come to the points that the body is called dimorphism. Body is consist of dimorphism. So what is the meaning of dimorphism? So dimorphism means two. So the body is consist of two phases. So differentiation is there. So differentiation means it is undergo the alternation of generation, that is called gametophytic and sporophytic. So here the dimorphisms, the morphological differentiation is there. Morphological differentiation is there. Dimorphism. One is called alternation of gametophyte, and another is called sporophyte. One is called gametophyte, another is called sporophyte. So difference is that gametophyte and sporophyte. Gametophytes, so haploid cycle will be continued, and sporophyte means diploid. So in bryophyte, what happens? Alternation of generation. It is a characteristic feature of bryophyte. Alternation of generation means first start with gametophyte and ending with sporophyte, and sporophyte again continue with the gametophyte. The continuation should be there. The life cycle is consist of two parts. One is gametophytic part, and another is a sporophyte, haploid part and diploid part. But in this bryophyte, gametophyte, it is the dominant. Bit question they will ask in a NEET examination. In bryophyte, which is the dominant part of the body? Dimorphisms, sporophytic or gametophytic or both or none of these. Then you can find out that bryophytes are gametophytic part of the body is dominant in the life cycle. The haploid phase will be continuously more than sporophytic. So here the dominant part is called gametophyte, and this is called independent. So independently dominant phase, the gametophyte is a dominant phase. It is independent. It is especially green leafy-like structure. Green leafy-like structure, which is gametophyte. And you come to sporophyte. Sporophytes, these are dependent. Here independent I wrote. Here dependent. These are dependent stage of bryophyte. And they depend for whom? They depend for the gametophyte for the nutrition, because the sporophyte got nutrient from that gametophyte. So the dependent with whom? With gametophyte. Gametophyte. They depend upon the gametophyte for what purpose? Means nutrition. So nutrition. The nutrition means that food material. The nutrition will be derived from that gametophyte. The sporophytic part of the plants get the nutrient from the gametophyte. So now come to the thallus. You can come to thallus, means plant body. Thallus. Sometimes what happens? We can say that liverwort. Liverwort. So in liverwort, the plant body is looking like a thallus. So thallus means you can give the example of liverwort and liverwort. And next come to that leafy. So leafy body is there. Suppose the thallus is made up of leafy, means you can say that moss. Moss, it is an example of the leafy thallus. And next thallus body is called, that example you can say that liverwort, or you can say Marchantia. Marchantia. After this you can find fourth one you can that this plant body is attached to the substratum. Substratum means they are attached to the bottom. So you can say the substratum. Substratum. So the plant body it has, because the meaning of the thallus means the plant body is not differentiated into tube, root, stem and leaf. So that's why it is called thallus. So here the substratum means the base. The plant can attach to the base part of this. It has root-like structure. They produce root-like structure. Root-like structure is called rhizoids. So now remember this rhizoids, it is not root, but function like root in bryophytes. So these rhizoids are, they found that base region of the bryophytes, they attach to the substratum, means soil or any part of that terrestrial plant and terrestrial land. Next come the rhizoids. Rhizoids are how, means they may be unicellular or multicellular. The two types are there. They may be unicellular or they are multicellular. Rhizoids are either unicellular or multicellular. They can do the work of root. They absorb the water and minerals from that substratum where they develop. Next characteristic point is vegetative reproduction. So vegetative mode of reproduction. So in vegetative mode of reproduction, we can see that bryophyte can reproduce by fragmentation, sometimes it can reproduce by that bulbil, sometimes they undergo the vegetative mode of reproduction by tuber, like potato, tuber, and sometimes they will undergo the vegetative asexual body, that is multicellular asexual body is called gyma. So these are the method of vegetative mode of reproduction. So bryophyte undergo fragmentation, bulbil, tuber or gyma. So we'll discuss about the gyma. What is gyma? So especially you know that suppose this is called plant body of Marchantia. Plant body of Marchantia. In this Marchantia, they develop some cup-shaped structure. The cup-shaped structure, this is called gyma cup. Gamma cup. In this gamma cup, they just develop one vegetative body here. The vegetative body they develop above the gamma cup is called gamma. So gamma, it is a vegetative, multicellular, not unicellular, it is a multicellular asexual reproductive body. So these are the method of vegetative mode. You come to that sexual mode of reproduction. Sexual mode of reproduction here, the Bryophytes, it is the you can know the difference between monoecious plant and dioecious plant. So monoecious plant means both the sex organs, the development single plant body is called monoecious plants, and dioecious plant means the male organ will develop one plant and female organ will develop in sex organ in different plant. So like that Markensia, it is dioecious plants. So dioecious plant means one plant they produce male gamete and the plant body will develop female gamete. So here the sexual mode of reproduction, they produce two types of gametes. One is the male and another is a female. So what you call the male? Male is called antheridia. Male. The male reproductive part of the Bryophyte is called antheridia, or singular you can say antheridium. So antheridium or antheridia, it is a globular in structure. It is a globular in structure. The structure looking like a globular, and antheridia, it is consists of a number of sterile. So sterile cells, multicellular, sterile cells are developed multicellular. Multicellular cells are developed looking like a globular in structure. Globular means this round like structure. Globular like a structure, special like that you can say. Globular like a structure. Consist of, they are saying that jacket cells, and the jacket cells are sterile, not fertile. So you can say the jacket. Multicellular jacket cells that develop, these are sterile in nature. It's called antheridia. So antheridia, it produce the spore. Antheridia spores, we can say that. So this antheridia spores are biflagellate. Remember this word. Antheridial spores are biflagellate. Biflagellate. Now they will ask a big question. Need they will ask. What they ask means the male antheridia produce in Bryophytes are uniflagellate, biflagellate, or you can ask it is motile or non-motile. Like that you will ask the point. So you can remember that. So biflagellate spores, antherozoids, they produce from antheridia. These are called male sex organs, and looking like a structure is called globularly like structures. It comes the female. So the female sex organ of Bryophyta we call as archegonia. Singular means we can say archegonium. Plural means we can say the archegonia. So archegonium in archegonia, it is consists of the plant body like that, the sex organ. First is called the neck-like structure, and they produce the venter. We can say ventral canal set, like in the W. So now this is called neck. So the neck consists of neck canal cells. These cells we can say that neck canal cell, neck canal cell, and neck canal cell after this part is called ventral, or you can say that here also some cells are there, and these cells are the cover in this part. These cells we call as a ventral canal cell. These are, they produce here ventral canal cell. Ventral canal cells. Now there is the neck canal cells. They say the 2 to 6. The number they are giving 2 to 6. They produce neck canal cells. Neck canal cells are, the number will be 2 to 6. Neck canal. And ventral canal, they are saying that 1 to 2 they given 1 to 2. 1 to 2 they produce ventral canal cells. They are active and they are undergo the fertilizations. So here the female is called archegonium, and archegonium it is the divided neck and ventral. They divide like that, and this is consists of the neck canal cell and ventral canal cells. And here they produce that ova or egg cells. We can say that egg cell. So this egg cell, so both male and female, they can fuse under water. So the fertilization is internal. The fertilization is fertilization in bryophytes are internal. Bit question they will ask. In bryophyta the fertilization is internal, external, or both like that. So answer you can remember this internal. So internal fertilization inside this the archegonium. It is the female sex organ of bryophytes. So fertilization is internal, and after fertilization they form that zygote. They form that zygote. This is diploid in nature. Gametes are haploid, but zygote is diploid. It undergo the multiplication to produce the embryo. And this embryo undergo develop or growth. After growth of the embryo, it develop into the produce from that embryo. For few reason or few parts of this life cycle will undergo that diploid phase. That is sporophyte. They are saying that diploid condition is very less and haploid condition is more. So that's why the dominant part of this life cycle in bryophytes are gametophytic. So gametophytic dominance part, they will come to the embryo after the form. So this is the life cycle of bryophyte. Okay, next comes the sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, reproduction of bryophyta. So it is already said the sexual reproduction takes place internal fertilization. So fertilization takes place in internal. So already said that this is called female. That is I said that archegonium. So in archegonium the two cells are there. Here one is called ventral canal cell. This is called ventral canal cell. This ventral canal cell, it is sterile. It is not fertile. So ventral canal cell, it is sterile, not fertile. It is sterile. So ventral canal cells are sterile, but this is called egg cell. Egg cell is fertile. That means here the anthrozoids enter here. Suppose this is called anthrozoids. The biflagellate, I say that biflagellate anthrozoids. They enter into the archegonium through neck canal cell. Neck canal cell, they come to the touch the ventral canal, but they never fertilize with the ventral canal cell because the ventral canal cell, it is sterile. So again that the biflagellate that came sporozoids, that is a swarm, came to the egg cell. Now the egg cell and this spore of this antheridia, both they fuse. So both they fuse to form that zygote. Now the zygote is diploid. And the zygote is undergo the division. So zygote is undergo number of mitosis to form that mitosis to produce that embryo. Now see that embryo. Now they develop the embryo. The embryo is developed into the sporophytic plant. Sporophytic plant. The embryo develop into sporophytic plants, and the sporophytic plants, I will give the example of moss plant. So moss plant, leafy structure is there, and from that they produce one. So here they produce a capsule. This is called capsule. Now sir, capsule, and this is called leafy. This is called seta. Capsule, seta, and the plant body. This is a plant body. So it is divided into capsule, seta, and here the leafy parts. We can say protonema also. So protonema. Protonema means what? This leafy structure primarily it is not developed in vegetative parts, vegetative growth. Second time it can produce the vegetative parts organ, that is called protonema. So now we can say this is called food, FOT, food. Now the sporophytic plants, it is divided into three parts. This is called A. What the A? A means food, B seta, and C is capsule. So sporophytic plants, especially I am giving the example of this is called moss plant. Moss plant. So moss plant, sporophytic moss plant divided into three parts. One is called foot, seta, and capsule. Now come the capsule here. So you know that zygote, they develop the zygote in this place. This is a zygote. Zygote is a diploid. They develop in this place, plant body. Okay, after fertilization. After formation of zygote, it is not directly, immediately, not undergo meiosis. The zygote is not immediately go for meiosis, and this zygote cell, diploid cell, it move. The 2N cell slowly move into capsule. Now the zygote cell, it moved to the capsule of sporophytic plant. After reaching into that capsule, the zygote undergo meiosis. Now it start for here meiosis. So meiosis, cell division takes place inside the plant body, it takes place inside the capsule. So in capsule, the zygote undergo meiosis to produce number of spores. Number of spores. So meiosis means you know that they produce the haploid spores, and these haploid spores when fall in the soil, these each spore they form into one plant, that is called gametophyte. So gametophyte plants they produce from this spore. After undergo the meiosis in the capsule, the zygote. Clear? So like that we will continue the life cycles of bryophytes. Here, elytra. What is called elytra? So elyters, these are the spore dispersal in the capsule of this bryophytes. The spores can disperse from that capsule by presence of this elyters. Elyters help for spore dispersal in bryophytes. So next 2 points very very important is there. Here I wrote here Zooxis, ZOOPSIS. Zooxis, it is a smallest bryophyte, the smallest plant of the bryophyte. So this they will ask the questions, which is called smallest plant of bryophyte means Zooxis. Like that, which is called largest bryophyte means you can say the Dawsonia. So Dawsonia, it is the largest bryophyte. So I will continue the same to next video, that is Pteridophyta. Pteridophyta, it is also undergo the plant kingdoms. like, share and subscribe to my channel.